All right, welcome on into round one of. Oh, whoops. This is. Welcome on into round one of Friday Night Magic Draft Avatar The Last Airbender Edition. We got Steven and May in here. We've seen May on stream before drafting, of course. Steven, I have not seen, but I believe he was here last week with Solo Jeremy. Right now, it's just Solo me. Let's get it. Heck yeah, let's get it, May. We'll see what's going on. I was watching some of these players as they were drafting on up. There was some spicy hits. A Teferi's Protection was in that draft pool. We got a Grixis like Firelord Azula deck with the Usurper Azula as well, and Ozai in there. So it's going to be an interesting couple of games. We'll see how it goes. Looks like May has kept their their only 7. Let me double check. Yep, that is 7 right there. And we got Steven, I think, mulling down to 6. Might not want to keep that one, Steven. I see 1 land and nothing else. He's deciding. Okay, well, we're keeping that one. What are we bottom in? Bottom E. I think that's the ramp card. That's the renewal one. All right, sweet. They are all set to go, and we're good to start. They are on their own time compared to all of our other drafters. We got 10 people today for our draft. A nice big table. Ooh, actually, it looks like, he did have another land. It was a dual land. Couldn't recognize it, but he got the Simic going on here. Pull up Scryfall while we're going. Raucous audience. Here we go. There we are. There we go. And nice and centered. Omashu City. So we got more band going on, or is that? Let's see. Omashu City. Okay, we do have we have Teamer going on here. We're gonna probably see some good amount of lessons. Maybe he drafted the Iroh. Swing for 2. Aang's Journey on out here. Uh, 2 mana, search your library for a basic land. If it was kicked for 2 mana, instead search for a basic land and a shrine, reveal them, put them in your hand, you gain 2 life. It was kicked, so it looks like we're actually seeing a shrine deck in Limited. I mean, we got the Spirit Oasis out right here with ETB, draw a card for each shrine, and then whenever a shrine enters, draw a card. Probably the best one out of all of the shrines, because it at least replaces itself. We got the Fire Temple here as well. Crescent Island Temple. When it enters, for each shrine, create a 1/1 monk with prowess, and then whenever a shrine enters, create a 1/1 monk with prowess. So we're gonna get a draw soon here with a with two 1/1 monks. Couple of Swift Spears. Accumulate Wisdom on the end step. Look at the top 3 cards, put them into your hand, the rest of the bottom. For each of those cards in your hand instead, if there are 3 or more lessons in your graveyard. Watery Grasp. Alright, there is the Mana Dark out of the lineup here. It's not going to be untapping anymore. Bossing Say as a land for turn. Get some Earthbending lands up in here. For 3 mana, tap it. Earthbend 2, activate only as a sorcery. Porcupine. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a 1/1 counter onto this creature. So we got some prowess. Like stuff. We also got the prisoners with the exhaust ability to earthbend and put counters onto it. Got another Accumulate Wisdom as well. Drawing even more cards. Getting better selections here. May really needs to get out more of a board state because we know about Steven's shrine here, making him some Monastery Swift Spears. Benevolent River Spirit to get played. Finally, something big. As an additional cost to cast a spell, Waterbend 5, and then it's a Flying Ward 2 when it enters Scry 2 for 2 mana, 4/5. More of a 7 mana, 4/5. At least it is a body now. Hard to get rid of. Tough, hard-headed teacher. This is one of the big bombs in this one that'll accumulate a whole bunch of more value. Gruel in 2, 3, 4. When it enters, you may discard a card. If you do, return an instant or sorcery from your graveyard to your hand. When you cast a spell, Earthbend 1, if the spell is a lesson, put an additional counter on that land. Interesting. Rise, the Crescent Island hasn't come out here yet, but probably don't want to play out too much here. There are ways, there are a whole bunch of board wipes in this one. Airbending everyone's thing, or dealing just straight up destroy, if X is like for X and less with the Day of Black Sun, as well as the Ruinous Waterbending, giving -2/-2, killing all the chumps. Lost Days. That's nice, hard removal. Getting it second from the top here. I'm going to see it for a good while. 5 mana, either put it on the bottom or second from the top, and then you also get a clue. There it is, Crescent Island Temple. We're going to make 2 monks at drawing a card. Porcupine also is going to be getting a counter onto it. Going for 3. All right. Am I still not having quite the board state here? Deal with the prowess and porcupine and the prisoners. See another Aang's Journey in Steven's hand as well. Flyer coming in at least. Still, there is a little bit of a clock going on. See another Aang's Journey in Steven's hand, buying him a little bit more life, as well as getting him some more lands and shrines if he kicks it. Looking like a mono blue. First time flyer. It's +1/+1 as long as there's a lesson, which it does. We get that 2/3 flyer. And waterbending lesson as well. Drawing 3, discarding 1 unless you waterbend 2. Alright, Toph comes back out. It has been 2 turns. Pick Aang's Journey here. Got a whole 4 triggers right now with Prowess and Porcupine and Toph. We're gonna get a shrine and a land now again. Ooh, Southern Air Temple. So we're looking at a whole bunch of colors here. Southern Air Temple here. Enters, put X counters onto each creature you control, or X is the number of shrines you control, and then whenever a shrine you control, put a counter on each creature. That's gonna be painful. That is gonna be 3 counters total on the entire board. Toph, monks, the porcupine, and the prisoners. That's gonna be 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 total power added onto what's going on. And we also see the green shrine in there, so we're gonna get even more. If we get we got 2 of Aang's Journeys to get some shrines. Ooh. 4 color shrines. I do not see any black, so I doubt he has the 5th shrine. Making Shrine Tron. Counters on any creature. Oh, forgot about the land as well. 18 total power added on just with the shrine alone. Porcupine's only going to get bigger and bigger. That is currently my main worry. Flyers are getting through, though. It's going to be 6 coming in the air. If Mai has a way of just dealing 4 more damage in the air, we able to get there. Abandon attachments, discard and draw 2. Can move over the fan to a different creature to get a little bit more beats in. Off's a pretty beefy creature as well, being a 3/4. Steven has a forest and his shrine in hand. Tapped out, though. So Mai has to do it pretty much right now, or they lose. Because they pass over, put a shrine, swing out, lose. Could be able to block effectively, but it would not. It would set Mai back so much that pretty much would just have to draw a card and pass turn. Steven just ran away with this game. Ooh, okay. Play Hama. Hama the Bloodbender. When it enters, target opponent mills 3 cards, exile to 1 non-creature, non-land card from that player's graveyard. For as long as you control Hama, you may cast the exiled card during your turn by paying by waterbending X rather than paying its cost, for X is its mana value. Fortunately, I don't think this wins here. This does not get the damage we need. Because we play the Shrine, we can easily Bossing Say here to get a little bit more power onto that land, swinging out into just a big finish. Toph is tapped down. It is gone. Unfortunately. Earthbending a land here? Or not just making the land bigger? Okay. Interesting. I mean, I guess we do have the land in hand here. Okay, just getting a wider board state rather, just in case the swings do not get here. So Southern Air Temple. We're going to make the monk first here. We're going to stack up and then draw and then make the, then get all the counters in. Monk does not have haste, Mai says. Correct. Now it's 6, the Porcupine, because it adds 1, so it goes from 2 to 3, and then 3 to 6. Oof. Porcupine early on ran away here. I think we also missed an Earthbend trigger. Unless that's the, make something a worker loses abilities. Not sure, though. It's kind of off the screen a little bit. Either way, we swing on out. Block the Porcupine. Porcupine is blocked. Still going to be a big hit. He doesn't do anything. Block, block. 10. And a board wipe right there. Alright, there we go. Go down to 3. Alright, there we are. That is game 1 to Steven. Mai just could not get that top deck. We are going to count Steven's win. Bam. That reset. There we are. Perfect. That was a perfect show through of what Steven was trying to do with the shrines. Bunch of Aang's journeys to tutor them out and get that consistency. Very consistent deck I'm seeing. I mean, with this, with the format and the synergies that are in this specific format, in this specific pool of cards, we're seeing a good amount of ways that we can drop in and splash in a third or even fourth color sometimes, depending on what you're playing and depending on how many lands you draft here. What you're able to really get. 3 shrines in 4. Like if we see the 4th shrine and then we get and we slam down, I think there is an argument that there is probably a good order to play all these shrines here. I think best would probably play the green one first, if I remember what the green one does. The Kyoshi Island Plaza. Enter search your library for X basic lands. So X is the number of shrines you control. Put those in the thing. Yeah, I think Kyoshi's Island Plaza would probably be the best to do first. Proceed to deck thin with basic lands. Then do the draw spell one. Draw 2, draw, and then do the... either way, I mean, you're getting the value from each of them. And they're all pretty much 4 mana or less. What it looks like. Let's see. Find the other shrine here. Go Crescent Island Temple. Yep, 4 mana. Yeah, it's pretty much no matter how you play it for sure. But either way, it's better just to get out the probably get more lands. That way you can color fix for the next shrine that you want to play. And we're seeing already some good color fixing with the Aang's Journeys. On top of that, getting shrines and lands. We got a good amount of 3 colors. It's keep, but it's not a heavy keep. But let's start us off with May 1st. Let's go. Meditation pools show how to open up our chakras. We're seeing pretty much a four, like 4, almost 5 color. If only we got that one last shrine here. 5 color deck coming in against a mono blue flyers and draws, which is very interesting. We did see a Wan Shitong in the pool, but it was not pulled by Mai. It was pulled by someone else. I think it's Mai or May. I have to double check. May. It's probably May. We get that flyer early on in. Dealing some damage. Oh, we got all 4 colors there. Now we are able to start going off here soon. Origin of metal bending, I see. We got a bunch of interaction in hand. Hopefully trying to just slow down. That way we can get those shrines slow rolling on here. Mechanist. The Mechanist. Aerial Artisan. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a clue, and then tap it to give a artifact, to make an artifact a 3/1 construct with flying. How fun. We're going to be seeing some clues. 3 mana, 1/3. Pretty big. Pretty good blocker. Aang's Journey. Picked as well, so we're gonna get some lands back in, or get some life back as well. So we did get all of them. Let's get that. Let's get the shrine for sure. Okay, it looks like he goes generally for the draw. Makes sense. Makes sense. Could potentially hit you more shrines in general. But both in the hand. Actually, all right, there we go. We're gonna get a shrine and the mountain. Doesn't matter what. We got all of our cards. Got all of our lands. All of our colors. Makes sense he has all his colors, so he doesn't need the green one quite yet. Probably doesn't need the green one at all, if anything. I think green one would be great to draw into. Maybe. Just to deck thin a little bit more. Get out 2 basics. We move over to May. Don't know if Steven is able to keep up with the mono blue flyers coming in if he can't set up his shrines quite yet. He has been able to get out there creatures a lot earlier and a lot more consistently this come around. Also going to be seeing, ooh, Fortune Teller. Forecasting Fortune Teller, enters, make a clue. And the Benevolent River Spirit. 2 Scry 2. We're also, since we're going to get that clue. Clues being used for water bending. Very fun. Potentially turning them into mana rocks. Reminiscent of Power Stones back in good old Brothers War days. All right. Mai's able to get up a wide board state now. The Mechanist being able to make that clue into a 3/1. Steven's not able to jam out any of the creatures he needs. Spirit Oasis. TB draw a card. Captives. No, it's captives, not prisoners. Either way. Nice 2 mana 2/2. And we kill off the Mechanist. Perfect. Instead of the captives, we actually cast out Iroh's demonstration. Never mind. Once again, we're gonna mill 3. We are gonna take Earthbending Lesson. Interesting choice. Esme is getting a lot of lands out here on the field. Might as well start turning them into creatures. Swinging. Combustion Technique Borderless. Just wondered what that was in his hand. Scene card here. Combustion Technique deals damage equal to 2 plus the number of lessons in your graveyard to target creature. If it would die, exile it instead. So we get rid of the Benevolent here with playing the Ward. Roll 4 mana, remove that. Luckily, he was having 2 mana left over to get a blocker in. Got to dram out another shrine here. Four mana or 4 damage total coming in to Steven. He finally has a board state against Steven in this game. Steven was not able to jam out his shrines as early as he could. Knowledge Seeker comes through. Draw your second card each turn, put a counter on it, and then when the creature dies, create a clue. We also get the Earthbending Lesson and make a 4/4. Sometimes that's all you need to pinch out a game is just a 4 mana 4/4. Three mana. Got 2 shrines in hand. I see Kyoshi Island Plaza as well as the Southern Air Temple. Porcupine comes on out. And then a Rocky Rebuke. Our creature you control deals damage equal, so it's a little bit of a bite. Getting rid of the Knowledge Seeker and making a clue. How many clues May is making? That Knowledge Seeker could get pretty big here. Lost Days the boar, and it goes on to the bottom. Combat swinging with 9. We're going to chump the 4-4. Steven goes down to 5. May has not taken a single hit game 2. All right, unfortunate. He did draw all of his shrines though, and unfortunately just wasn't able to get them all out in time. There is my game 2. We go to game 3 with 15 minutes left. Still some good time. We're going to sideboarding here with Steven. Something he's seeing that he does not want to see again. May talking about hoping to get that waterbending scroll that's secretly in the deck. That works out with a different funny secret card in their deck as well that we have not seen. Test hands have not proven anything. We're only seeing one half of the deck ever. Right. Splitting up my mat a little bit. Right. So we move to game 3. Looks like we got 2 keeps of 7. Bossing Say. Immediately getting our green. Tiger Seal. 1 mana 3/3 with Vigilance. At the beginning of your upkeep, tap it. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, untap it. Unfortunate. Knowledge Seeker. Now we're going to be able to get a swing in with the Tiger Seal here soon. Cycle of Renewal. Deck thinning as well as ramping up here. Trying to get all of our colors for our shrines. Want that mountain, and we also want a plains. Perfect for the fire temple and the air temple. Or the southern air temple. I believe the black one is the northern air temple, the one that was taken over by the Mechanist and turned into a factory. Swing on in, hit for 2 with the Seeker. And there's the waterbending scroll. Or this why May is playing mono blue. 6 tap, draw a card. It costs 1 less to activate for each island you control. We have 3 islands, so it's 3 mana, draw a card. So it's just going to be tap, draw a card, and we're going to get a whole lot of value here. Ooh, Ira's demonstration. Deal with the Knowledge Seeker and May getting a clue. Surprised we didn't get rid of the seal here. Seal's gonna swing in for a lot more damage than that Knowledge Seeker. We got our 4th island. Now that scroll costs 2 to draw a card. I'm gonna crack a clue instead first. We're gonna untap the seal. A combat hitting on in for 15. Second main, another waterbending scroll. Got 2 waterbending scrolls, so we're gonna be drawing a whole bunch of cards if we get up to 6 islands. I mean, either way, right now they are essentially clues. 2 mana, draw a card. Still works with the Tiger Steel. We're gonna Bossing Say the Mountain here. Earthbend 2, make it 2/2. There we go, perfect. Now we have a blocker. Ooh. Oh, those are better than clues. 1 mana, draw a card. The lesson. Draw 3, discard unless we waterbend. Tiger Seal is going to untap. Get in with the seal. And Steven takes 3. Even without a wide board state, this seal is putting in some numbers. Not wanting to sack out his 2/2 quite yet. See an Earthbending lesson in hand, so we can actually get a bigger land creature to block that seal with. Coming soon. Also, I see a combustion technique we can take out the seal with. As we haven't fired that off quite yet. Looks like we're instead going to Earthbend lesson. Yep, there it is. We're making a new 4/4 mountain. There we are. So, finally Steven getting a little bit wider of a board state. Island, perfect. Now those waterbending scrolls are free to tap. Untap and draw a card, perfect. Something of a blocker up against that 2/2, so slows down Steven a little bit. May drawing a whole bunch of cards. Surprised we haven't seen any wider of a board state. Trying to get around the other 2/2. Deciding what to do with May. 6 lands and a lot of options. 6 lands and 6 minutes left on timer. Ooh, 6 all the way down. We're gonna get the Spirit. Get her flyer going. Seven mana, 4/5 flyer. This is a way we can get around the perfect blocker for that 4/4 land. Glad he kept up that combustion technique, because now we can take out the Spirit for 4 mana. It's a mountain. Doing ward combustion technique. There we go, Bossing Say. He does not activate Bossing Say. Doesn't have all the mana for it. Never mind, we do. Does tap all of his creatures down to do it. Stephen H. looking like we're playing Oops All Lands right now with how many permanents he does not have on the field. May now needs to get a little bit bigger of a board state than just a Tiger Seal out in the field. Oh, unfortunately, Steven has a lot of removal. Have we exhausted all of it quite yet? We'll see. Combat, swing for 3. Might as well do it while it's free. Field does have Vigilance. We can hopefully make that seal bigger and dissuade Steven from swinging in even more. Knowledge Seeker comes on out. Second one. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, put a counter on this creature. And accumulate wisdom as well. Getting 1 to hand. And we deal with one of the 4/4's Watery Grasp, keeping it tapped down. Put some stun counters onto the mountain as well. Perfect. Rebellious Captives. I'll say in 3, we're going to animate the meditation pools, making it a 2/2. Alright, so we're going to end step, draw a card. Move on back over to May's turn. Captives being the only problem and only thing in the way right now to get more damage in. Right, pretty much they're almost timing the round here. They have 30 seconds left. We go to turns. We're gonna play Hama. Here we go. Mill 3. All right, and they are at time. There, whoever's current turn it is 0. Is May's time. May turn 0. We have 5 turns till we go to time, and we go to tie. I mean, we see Steven's whole board pretty much tapped out here. Cast out the Earthbending Lesson. Okay, Island a 4/4. Tap and draw. Counter on the Knowledge Seeker and untap the seal. Move to combat and swing on out. Only have 1 creature to block with. 10 total here. All Seeker trades with the captives. Steven's at 2. Steven's only going to have 1 blocker here going into his turn. Going to turn 1, turn 2 back to May, and then we see... Fortunately, it looks like this is going to go to May. May has not taken a single point of damage at all this game. Steven just taking it to the chin. All right. See how Steven plays to his outs. We're just going to activate Bossing Stay. Force into a 2/2. I believe he needs 1 more mana for it. It doesn't matter if we pass his turn here, but we'll see. Yep, we do pass the turn here. Oh, there we go. He fixes it. Never mind. Steven has 2 cards in hand and only 3 mana available, 2 of which being creatures. I mean, it doesn't matter. He swings on out here. Yeah, swings on out here. No matter how out Steven blocks, he gets it. And that's the first round up. We'll be back in second round as we get it started. We'll have these players put in their results and then get second round up. See you in just a second. All right, welcome on into round 2 of Friday Night Draft. We are not playing against Steven. Uh-oh, this is wrong. We're playing against Harlan. Harlan H. May is back in the seat, though. Table 1 still. Defending a title right now. As they go in, May seems to be going first. We mulligan on down to 6, both Harlan and May. All right, as they finish up mulligans, they'll show off their final hands here. Welcome on into Avatar: The Last Airbender Draft, NATURAL20. About 10 players going in. Got a nice pod. A lot of fun stuff being passed around, as I saw. Round 2. Feel free to check out all of our stuff. We got our Discord. Got events going on all the time as well. Our website. Get some cards shipped to you or for in-store pickup. We got a bar, NATURAL21. Great food, great drinks, great atmosphere. Fun environment. Play some games. Always a fun time. May's doing a whole power shuffle right now. We did not like our hands. Arlen has an interesting way of cutting. Let's see. A lot of land from Harlan. That's a lot of land from Harlan and May. Ooh. Or not as much lands from May. The 2 on bottom are going down to 5 each. That is their cue to go. Start off here. A plays a land, it passes. Harlan is the one who made a Grixis list. Fire Nation Palace. Out here in the start. Fire Nation Palace being give something firebending 4. Knowledge Seeker comes on out here as well, and we lightning strike it immediately. Heard of Bolton the Bird. I haven't heard Bolton the Fox in a while. Mechanist. Now we see Harlan's Grixis. We are going to be seeing some fun Firelord Azula. Azula Usurper. Hit Arlen on down here to 17. Second main, we're going to get a Fortune Teller. Make a Clue. Otter Penguin. Oh, and we tap 4 to Firelord Azula. Immediately, we got Grixis doubling spells. Firebending 2, when you cast a spell while Firelord Azula is attacking, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. Plus, we're going to see some more firebending here, too, with the Fire Palace giving firebending 4. 6 mana given. Lose a flyer, so we're not going to block. There we are. Going to get down to 11 with Harlan. Ugh, did not get another red to get that Palace going. Move to combat. We're going to see Firelord Azula do its thing. Ooh. Before combat ends, so... Ooh. And we're going to exile Mechanist and Penguin, getting rid of it. Professor Zay. Tap it to discard a card and draw a card, and then for 1, tap, sacrifice, return target instant or sorcery from graveyard to your hand. Activate only during your turn. Probably going to see some exiling happen once again. Legend of Karuk. Scry 2, draw a card. Scry 2, draw a card. Exile the Saga, returns to battle transformed into, whenever you cast a spell, make a 1/1. And then exhaust Waterbend 20, take an extra turn. Fun shenanigans. Extra turn in my limited format. We're going to sack Jay. Get back sold out. Sold out. Back to hand here. Exile target creature. If it was dealt damage this turn, create a clue. Move to combat once again. Just taken 4. We're not going to cast out, sold out to just get rid of the 1. Upkeep. The Unagi. Unagi of Kyoshi Island has Flash, 5 mana, 5/5, Waterbend 4 Ward, and then whenever an opponent draws their second card each turn, you draw 2. Perfect against May. And the draw second card strategy. We're going to scry 2, draw a card here. Unagi is going to trigger. Has a lot better advantage right now going on. May does have some good synergies, but we'll see how what the draws have been looking like. It's very interactive. 2 very interactive decks going against each other. May having a lot of instants to draw cards, as well as to tap down things and give stun counters. Perfect. Tapping to draw a card. That Karuk is going to be flipping out here in just a second. Crashing Wave. Additional cost, cast a spell for 0, tap up to X, target creatures, and distribute 3 stun counters among tapped creatures your opponent controls. So we're just going to put 3 counters onto Azula. We no longer want Azula to be attacking. Makes sense, makes sense. But that Unagi is going to be a problem. It being a big 5 mana 5/5 does not quite do it for her. Azula is dealt with for a time being. Accumulate knowledge. Getting a bit more advantage going on. Pass on over to Harlan. Corrupt court official. EGB discard a target opponent discards a card. Just a 2-mana 1/1. And disruption. We see this in limited all the time. Swing on in with the Unagi. And it goes down to 7. Messenger Hawk. I have seen this one. Here we are. I've seen this in Harlan's deck. I saw 3 of these in Harlan's deck. Solid 3-mana flyer, making it into a 3/2 if you've drawn at least 2 cards in a turn. And then we got Karuk flipping on over. We'll put out. Show you guys Karuk once again here. Cast a spell, make a 1/1. Unfortunately, it's not going to be here for too long due to a exile in Harlan's hand right now. But May is going to get some value from it, getting spirits. One and 4 ward. We're going to tap down the Unagi. Going to enchant it so it doesn't untap. Lottery Grasp. And we shuffle into the library with the Waterbend 5. That was a very expensive removal right there. That was 10 mana to remove that Unagi. Ooh, that hurt. May is hellbent as well. Luckily, May does have the water bending scroll. All right, Harlan, 1 stun counter left on that Fire Lord Azula. Soon we will be able to get and we're going to sack a clue in order to get that Hawk to be a 3/2. May is hellbent. As 1 quote-unquote blocker. Spirits cannot block. Not block or be blocked, but unless it's another spirit. Ooh, Cunning Usurper. That's 2 rare Azulas here coming on in. 5 mana, enters, target opponent exiles a non-token creature they control. Then they exile a non-land card from their graveyard. And then during your turn, you may cast cards exiled with Azula, and you may cast them as though they had flash. Ooh. There's the... Ooh, the Wisdom and the Fortune Teller. Stolen right underneath May's nose. Accumulate knowledge. Or accumulate wisdom. Is an instant, so next turn we're going to be copying it with Azula. That's tasty. School with Harlan. His mom taught me trigonometry. Sweet. Hi, Jeremy. What's going on? And an attachment. Discard a card, draw 2. Relaxing. I'll call me a J because my name starts with J. You're like, I am what I eat. Oh my word. Raunchy, bro. Raunchy. That he remembers me. Haha, sweet. A memorable student. Class clown, alright. Get another waterbending scroll and drawing another card. So good. And another spirit. Karuk just making us more creatures. Crack a clue, draw a card. Unfortunately, we do not have anything for it. Arlen takes 1. Pass on over to May. Do the last stun counter here. And unfortunately, it looks like May's not going to be getting it this time around. We are seeing Grixis go hard in removal, in value. Two mana and giving the Hawk Firebending 4. That Hawk is now basically a dragon. Firebending 6 mana. Going on in. Got 4 blocks. We're gonna do something. Do it to cast accumulate knowledge. Took 1 to keep, the other go to the bottom. We do not copy it, unfortunately, because of that Azula, though. Can't cast the things as though it's made of any color. Makes that firebending too good. No, Azula is Demir. Gonna cast out that clue. No lightning strike either. And we're gonna exile it. And we go to game 2. Harlan gets game 1. Perfect. Hey, we saw game 1 go to Steven last time. May crawled their way back here. Game 2 and 3. We'll see how it goes this time around. May is going on. May is going on the play here. Harlan on draw. May just needs that early game control going on down. Being able to hopefully stop the doubling from the Azula. $32 left on the clock here. About 3 minutes ahead of, or 3 minutes behind everyone else. Let's see, the other Todds have about 28 minutes left. As we go into game 2. Ugh. Keep out 7. And 7, sweet. Perfect 7. There we go. They were waiting for me to knock. It doesn't matter too much for game 2 or 3, but 7-7. Bam. Swamp. Immediately we go into a Inspector. When it dies, lose a life gain or deal 1 damage and create a clue. Bam, we get some penguins into the field. Swing in for 1. All 3 islands. Here we go. Can we get another? We saw 2 waterbending scrolls here. We get some more. See those once more again. Again, May needs to get a little bit wider of a board state in order to control out Harlan here and dissuade him from swinging with Azula. Azula attacking is the biggest problem. Fortunately, Harlan has a lot of control, so he can swing in pretty safely and just use the removal before damage. Removal before blockers. Ooh, perfect. Crashing Wave. Or going to discard Crashing Wave to draw 2 with Abandon Attachment. Swing in with 3. You have. 2-3. Messenger Hawk. When it enters, make a clue. If you've drawn at least 2 cards this turn, it gets +2/+0. Messenger Hawk's nice and spicy. May would really want it, I would assume. Swinging at 2. So it goes down to 15. And a Knowledge Seeker to... And a Waterbending Scroll. Ooh, spicy. Yep. Knowledge Seeker is a base 2/1. It comes with 3/2 for your first, second card each turn. And then for your next... Oh, a bunch of counters can be put on this thing. With that Waterbending Scroll especially, we can trigger it twice. Once on May's turn, the other on Harlan's turn, hopefully. Swing for 4. Hit on my... And Deadly Precision. Destroy target creature. Make a clue. Or destroy target creature, or for additional cost, sacrifice a creature. So we're both going to make a clue here with the Knowledge Seeker dying. It makes a clue. For deadly precision, sacking off the Callous Inspector, it'll make a clue. Both at 14. Nice and even right now. Playing a Gates here. Probably just in this deck, even though it's mono blue. Probably just in this deck for the 4-mana sack it to draw a card. A nice late game draw. Right, there we go. Now we get a clue. And there's another Knowledge Seeker. Line goes down to 11. Blue, draw a card. 3/3 coming in at the air. Ooh, Ruinous Waterbending. -2/-2 to everything. That hurts. That hurts. Second clue, at least. Two mana, draw a card. First time flyer. Oh, usurper. Taking out the... That is both removal and card advantage now. Gross. Taking out the flyer and... Untap everything there. So right now, that Waterbending Scroll is a clue. I'm tapping it for only 2 mana to draw 1 card. Need more islands out in the field. Ooh, Watergrass Pazula. Looking... She'll be able to attack once, but it won't be untapping later on. And we are not shuffling Azula away quite yet. The battle fan. Currently a 2/1 ally out in the field. There's your battle fan, gives it just +1/+0, but when it enters, make a 1/1 ally and attach it. And we're gonna get a second water scroll. Waterbender scroll. We're gonna swing in with an Azula. Probably the only time to do it. Alright, swing in for 4 firebending. We're going to cast out the abandoned attachment. Harlan's going to discard a land and draw 2. Or forecast still coming over at May. What are we doing? Can't really seem to remove it unless we want to shuffle it away. Maybe we can shuffle it away, May. You have enough creatures to waterbend 5. And we're gonna shuffle it away. First time flyer stays in exile forever. Never see it again. Over. Second main, Waterbender's Water Skin, or Bender's Water Skin. Untap this artifact, return each, untaps this artifact during each other player's untap step, and tap it to add 1 mana. We're going to get the Fire Nation Drill. Perfect way to remove off the 2/2, or 2/1. No more blockers right now. Waterbender skin is, the Bender's Water Skin is untapped. There we are. We're going to play Legend of Karuk. Scry 2, draw a card. 4 mana, Scry 2, draw a card. Scry 2, draw a card. Exile the Saga, return the battlefield, transform into Avatar Karuk. Whenever you cast a spell, create a 1/1. Waterbend 20 to take an extra turn. Fire Nation Palace. No mana open for May. I got a lion turtle, or a tiger seal out. Six. Ooh. Oh, Firelord Ozai. Ozai the Phoenix King comes on down. A 6 mana 7/7 trample firebending for haste. If you don't lose unspent mana. If you would lose unspent mana, that mana turns red instead. Ozai has flying and indestructible as long as you have 6 or more unspent mana. Disgusting. 7/7 trample firebend 4. We're gonna keep a tracker of hopefully some mana going up right now. We can get 6 mana up right now. For red comes red. and passes, it stays red. That's the floating red. No flying indestructible quite yet. We're going to flash in Unagi of Kiyoshi Island. One red floating left. There we go. Oh. So we're going to go to second mayor, go to Scry 2, draw a card from Karuk. Harlan's going to draw. Gross. Disgusting, even. The Ozai into the Inagi is gross. I mean, we go to turn. Ozai gets flying. 6 mana floating in order to get flying and indestructible. Brill has trample. Ozai has flying. May asking what gets them out of this right now. Having haste on a big ol' 6 mana 7/7 trampler is gross and is painful. Ozai hitting the field just changed and locked Harlan into this immediately. Tap 1, draw. See if we get something. See if we could top deck something. Yep. Arlen gets the next one. Arlen H wins. All right. We will see you guys in round 3, final round of Avatar Draft here. Don't forget to subscribe with your Twitch Prime. Or just subscribe or give some subs as well. Join our Discord. Boost our server. We got some giveaways going on all the time. So please do that. Come to our website, NATURAL20gaming.com, and you will find a whole bunch of cards, a whole bunch of accessories for your gaming and nerdy needs. Board games, Dungeons and Dragons, books and stuff. We're going to see my report on in here. 2-0. Ooh, Arlen, taking it nice and easy. Perfect. We will see you guys in round 3, final round. Be right back. Ooh, boy. You know what time it is. It's round 3 of Avatar Draft. That is... Oh, let me reset the timer. There we go. We got Brian Jacobs back in the seat. We've seen him on pre-release. We've seen him a whole bunch of times on stream. We see the powerhouse he is in Limited. But we'll see if he can fight out against this Grixis list. This absolute grossness of Azula's coming on through. Hitting and swinging and usurping and stealing. How fun indeed. We're going to see high roll. Ryan rolling an 8. Arlen rolling an 8. We're re-rolling 8 again. And a 9. Harlan's going on first. Here we go. They'll finish up mulligans here. We've known these players for quite some time. It looks like we got some... Could that be my favorite color combo? Could that be it? Could that be the oh-so-great Golgari? My favorite 2-color Golgari right there. All right, they are ready to start it on in. And they're gonna hit it on up. They're gonna keep their first 7s. A Swamp and a Callous Inspector. Now that our 1 drops on down here. So Golgari versus what almost looks like a Jund deck too. Saw some hybrids. But we got some Rumble Arenas. Rumble Arena on in here. ATB Scry 1. House Inspector, got a tap land, there we go. Obsessive Pursuit. There we go. When this enchantment enters, and at the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 and create a clue token. When you attack, put X1/1 counters on target attacking creature where X is the number of permanents you've sacrificed this turn. If X is 3 or greater, that creature gains lifelink until end of turn. We're going to pursue out the Avatar here, sacking up some clues, finding them, making our creatures bigger in the meantime. Ryan's going to go down to 16 here. Brian? Okay, we're going to just hit on down here like that. There we go. We'll manually do it for Brian. I doubt, he doesn't seem like he's going to be sacking up some clues here. He's probably going to be keeping them on. So, Obsessive Pursuit is a way for us to get life, has a way for us to get life back with the sacking as well. Vindictive Warden. Warden is a outlet for firebending here. Menace, Firebend 1, 3 mana, deal 1 damage to each opponent. Swing on the Callous Inspector, has Menace. Oh, and we're going to sacrifice Deadly Precision, killing off the Vindictive Warden. There we go. Get another clue. Heck yeah, I've been paying attention, Brian. He finally did it himself. I'm commentating. Alright, he looks like he is playing Golgari mainly. I did see only a couple, just the hybrid red. If only he played Jund. Hawksbearers, yep. Ooh. And and True Ancestry. Return target not. Return one target permanent card from a graveyard to your hand. Create a clue. We're gonna have a whole bunch of clues. We're gonna get our Vindictive out here again. I mean, that's what Golgari does best, baby. We steal things, we get things back from the graveyard. Nothing stays down there forever. One man trash is another man's. That's an Azula. Oh, God. Cunning Usurper. We're gonna steal off the both of these creatures here. Fortunately, the creature dies. If we kill off that Azula, he no longer has access to it. There we go. Get the Poxbears. Do remain exile, of course. So yeah, during your turn, you may cast exile cards with Azula, and you may cast them as though they have flash. Mana of any type could be spent to cast these spells. Makes that Fire Mana 2 really good. Can't be cast as though they have flash too. It's very fun. Lay out a swamp, and we're gonna kill it. Deadly Pursuit. Your Deadly Precision. And then the Vindictive Warden comes out, and there's the Fire Nation. Fire Nation drills, you're going to destroy target creature with power 4 or less. Unfortunately. And the Professor comes on out. Professor Zay. Tap it to discard a card, draw a card, then one tap, sacrifice it, return target instant sorcery from a graveyard to your hand. An 0/3 blocker too. Spicy. A lot of removal. Ruffians. Ruffians 3/1 when it dies, Earthbend 2. A 3/1. Fortunately, we're not able to crew the drill quite yet with Professor Zay. Zay is not forklift certified to crew this drill. And the Inagi comes on out. Ward Waterbed 4. Whenever an opponent draws their second card each turn, you draw 2. In response to that, yeah, there we go. Move to crew the Fire Nation drill. Attack in for 6. That is the block. Just the 3/1. Lightning Strike. Ugh, immediately kill it. 6 goes on in. Goes down to 5. Brian Hurton. He had the removal. Draw once again. Draw once again. That's draw 3 right there. Play a land. Trigger, get 3 1/1 counters, swinging on in, get a 5/5. Arlen takes 5, goes down to 14. And we go up. There we go. That lifelink coming in clutch. Still a 6/6 Ozai. Okay. The Phoenix King. Trample, Firebending for haste. 7/7. Firebend 4. 4 floating. Six mana. Ugh. Trample hurts. This trampling is the main thing. Does have a way out. Block that to not die. Responses to blocks. Floating, tap, sack, and lightning strike the face, Brian. Go down to 7 and swings out. Yeah, that gets it. Ooh, dang, Harlan takes it. Right there. Game 1. How disgusting. This Grixis is going crazy. Oh, how many rares did he pull? I mean, he got the Firelord Azula, he got Ozai, he got. It's going crazy. It's working too. It's showing. It's really showing that these are big bombs too. I mean, you got the Fire Nation drill we saw too, like Unagi pulled out fire. All right. We move over to game 2. 40, almost 40 minutes on the clock right now. Brian Jacobs is going into his second hand. Being a 6. Brian's Brian going down to 6. Harlan, I think, is keeping his 7. Yeah. There we go. He is keeping 7. Keep that. Go down to 6. We're all good. All right. Good luck. Swamp go. Swamp go. Oh, yeah. Cabbage Merchant. This is the unlucky Cabbage Merchant. This is the uncommon version of that. The rare version is in the Jumpstart. Fire Nation Trebuchet. Heck yeah. Fire Navy Trebuchet. An 0/4 defender reach. Whenever you attack, create a 2/1. That's attached and attacking. Sacrifice it at the beginning of next end step. Long Fang. When another creature you control or a land you control is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Yep, I'm gonna put Long Fang, just make him a little bit bigger, a bit beefier. Trebuchet can block. My name of Trebuchet is an 0/4. The Firehawk only becomes a 3/2, I believe. I tap land and pass. Ryan finally able to get up a little bit more of a board state. How about swing in? 6/7 coming on in. 7 coming through. 5 down. Jeez, this Trebuchet is putting in work. Keep playing, dudes. Sacrifice the Trebuchet, and it'll put a counter onto... There we go. Onto the Ruffians. Pass it on back. Arlen was not able to get any of his cards this time around. Afong, Bounty Hunters. Whenever a non-land creature you control dies, Earthbed X, where X is the creature's power. So that those trebuchets are going to be sacrificed, putting a counter on something and earthbending. That's crazy. And we swing on out. 5. Unagi. So this is the Unagi. Flashes on out here for a 5/5. Do not think. Is that enough? It is not enough. Oh, it is enough to block. Earthbend triggers. Yeah, Long Fang. Triggers with the Earthbending trigger. Yeah, make Earthbend 3 out here. And Harlan's down to 1. Sacrifice out the Ballistic and make another 2/2 instead. So we got 2 lands here. Might as well just go wide to hit out Arlen, just in case. Icon Jacob's finally getting... And he's done. That's how it is done. Perfect. And we reset. Brian goes to 1-1. We go to game 3. 30 minutes on the clock. They have enough time out here. All right, round 3. Game 3. Brian versus Harlan. Golgari versus Grixis. We got a good hand, Ryan? Harlan saying we keeping. Hey, welcome on in. All right. We're on our last game of round 3 here against Brian and Harlan. We got some Golgari versus Grixis. Powerhouses of the store as well. Brian played in our pre-release, of course. We saw his games. He went 2-2 next to Volt Matt Wilson. Volt Matt going undefeated, of course, during that entire place. But every time Brian was on stream, he won a game. So he was pretty good on stream. So we'll see if that luck holds on throughout the draft. So it looks like what are we keeping, guys? What are we keeping? All right, immediately we got a Chaos Inspector onto the field. Brian takes the 1. Earth Rumble Arena coming down to scry. Also good to color fix. Swamp and pass. Bit of a slower roll here. 3 mana, Messenger Hawk. DTB make a clue. If you draw on 2 more cards this turn, it gets +2/+0. Pirate Peddlers. That touch, whenever you sacrifice another permanent, put a 1/1 counter onto this creature. Heavy sack going on in here. Moving to combat swing for 4. 4 unblockable here. Deadly Precision sacking the cows to kill off the Pirate Peddlers, making a clue. Ooh, Azula on the hunt. This is the one Azula that Harlan does not have on the hunt. Firebend 2, whenever Azula attacks, you lose 1 and create a clue token. How fun. And a 4/3. Big stats. Alright, untap. It does die to a lightning strike, as Brian did point out. But we'll see how long this Azula lasts. Ooh, the trebuchet comes on out too. Attack. Trigger. 2 attack triggers going on stack. On the stack still. Ooh, Nagi. Comes on down again. Again, one of Harlan's big power plays. He's got a bunch of bombs. This is one of them. Nagi's going to block the Azula, most likely. What's the plan here? Arlen only has 3 cards left in hand. Brian has a good 4 grip going on. 3? We want a deadly precision here, says Brian. Fire, deal 2. Harlan goes down to 2. Ballistic comes on in at least. Does have flying. Ooh, Long Fang. I see in hand. We didn't draw a card with the clue. I guess he just wants to keep it out. He has enough cards in hand right now, so it's fine. Oh, Fire Lord Azula. That's where it's at. Cast a spell while attacking. Copy that spell. You may choose new targets. So, 4 mana, 4/4 with Firebending 2. Whenever you cast a spell while Fire Lord Azula is attacking, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. Good value. Grixis. Oh, so Grixis. Fun stuff. Does say cast any spell. Copy it. Tokens. Copy of a permanent spell becomes a token, obviously. Says that on the card. Oh, if we have a flashed, say, flash in the Unagi, even though it's legendary, you know, so it'll sack itself. You still get 2 Unagis. Ruffians. Yeah. Swing on out. Packagers will resolve. And exile both of the creatures. And there he goes. Brian Harlan H wins. Grixis, just good stuff. Grixis Azula here. Copying spells, removal out the wazoo, Fire Nation, fun stuff. Oh boy. All right, well, we will see you guys in round 4. Remember to check us out. We are Natural20 Games and Natural21 Game Lounge. Natural20, go to our website, natural20gaming.com, in order to buy up some singles and other fun nerd stuff. We are a local game store in Las Vegas, Nevada. Hopefully we can see you guys here. Be right back. Alrighty, and welcome back to Avatar: The Last Airbender Draft, the finals. Harlan H. going in strong, saw him round 2 and 3, stomped his opponent with a fun little Grixis Azula list. But now we have, on the other side, Dorian. Everyone has been saying that Dorian has the best chance against Harlan with this deck, with Boros aggro going into it. So we'll see how that goes. Gonna be rolling to see who goes first. 4v8. Dorian's going first here. Dorian want their 7 here. We are keeping 7. Perfect. 7 keep. Not the hand to keep. And it's keeping. We're going to start. Dorian starting out strong here, hopefully. Nope, never mind. Just a land and pass. The swamp as well and passes. Lanes in 2. My Jaded Edge. Prowess and exhaust 3 mana. Put a double strike counter onto May. Go in for 1, nothing. Avatar Enthusiast. Whenever another ally you control enters, put a counter onto this creature. So this is aggro ally. Boros aggro allies. Mountain cycling here to ensure our land drops. And a Messenger Hawk. Make a clue. Becomes a 3/2 if you sacked it. Drawing 2 or more cards this turn. 4 mana into a Aang, the Last Airbender. Enters, you airbend up to 1 target non-land permanent. Whenever you cast a lesson spell, and gains lifelink until end turn, flying 3/2. Epic Downfall. Exiling the Enthusiast. I got the Messenger Hawk again and get another clue. Fire Nation Cadets. And turn sideways. No blocks. 4 damage in the air, 1 on ground. Water Tribe Captain. 5 mana, creature you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Just a little bit of a end game mana dump. Really good in this with that Fire Nation firebending. Deadly Precision. We're going to kill off the Water Tribe Captain. Get that 3/3 out of there. Arlen's not been able to get any sort of control out here. Professor Zay hopefully trying to dig a little deeper to get something or get back a... Get back a removal here. Airbending lesson. Play the lesson in his life link. We're gonna get some life back finally. 2 mana. Yawn Archers. Discard to draw. This is aggro right now. This is it. Big power. Just a bunch of creatures and swing it on in. Seven total. And Dorian goes up by 3. 4 more. Harlan does have the ability to get more blockers, but Harlan needs 3 blockers to stop this. No matter what, Atang's coming in. Corrupt Court Official, discard a card, that's it. There we go, get that other blocker out, get Zay out back as well. And Deadly Precision. Backing off a creature to kill off May. Interesting. Because we're not killing off the flyer here. Water Tribe Rallier. Waterbend 5, look at top 4 cards. You may reveal a creature with power 3 or less. Put it in your hand for the rest of the bottom. You're just going to turn sideways. Block like that. Harlan goes down to 1. And does Harlan get something? We flip. We land. And... Come on, Harlan. What you got? Do we have a way of stopping this? Ask yourself, do we have a way of stopping this, really? One sack. Ooh, epic downfall. Exile hanging. And Merchant of Many Hats. Yep. And that is it. There goes Dorian on game 1. There we go. Perfect. Almost pretty much a perfect game 2. All right, as we go into game 2 here, just a reminder, this is the finals of Avatar: The Last Airbender draft. Game 2 of 3. Round 4 here. Finals, fun stuff. Harlan Grixis versus Dorian Boros Aggro. Let's go right into it. Callous Inspector gets cast out. Immediately, we are trying to see off some more control from Harlan here. Get a little bit more of a board state for Dorian to deal with. Taking 1, Dorian goes down to 19. That Menace creature, 1 drop coming on through. We're in a Mountain Cycle on and pass the turn, getting a Mountain to the hand. Getting sure our land drops, ensure our color fixing. Harlan is playing Grixis, not Rakdos. Where's that blue? He wants it. You seeing that Fire Lord Zula Usurper. We're really seeing the Unagi here. I'm surprised we haven't seen it. We saw it every single game last time. This time's a little different though. Dorian trying to get up a board state as well to deal with this Callous Inspector. Water Tribe Rallier. This is how we can dig deeper a little bit later in the game. Water Tribe Rallier. Second main phase, we're going to get a Deadly Precision. We're going to sack out the thing in order to kill it. Make a clue. I mean, that's what black does in this one. It sacks its own creatures to get some value of some kind. War Balloon. A very fun one. It's a little bit of a dump of mana. You could put into with all of the fire bending triggers here. You can put a fire counter on it for 1 mana, and as long as there are 3 or more counters onto it, it's an artifact creature. It can, do its own thing. Don't need no crew. Need a firebend it. Tap for 4. Sun Warriors, and that's a firebender right there. Firebend X, where X is the number of creatures you control. And then for 5 mana, put a 1/1 white ally creature token. We're going to exile. Oof. Exiling it. Sold out. So, sold out. He did crew the fire balloon. Or the war balloon. And then sold it out. Sold out. He sold the fire balloon. Hopefully he got some good cash for it. Oh my god, epic downfall right there. Getting rid of the Sun Warriors as well. This is just all the removal, all the answers for Dorian right now. With the Hat Merchant as well. Merchant of Many Hats. 2 mana, 2/2 for 3 mana, return to your hand. Or return from the graveyard. And there's Ozai. The Phoenix King. 7/7 firebend 4 trampler haste. Float 4 red mana. If you have 6 unspent mana in your mana pool, if you have 6 mana in your mana pool, then he gains flying and indestructible. We're going to give my unblockable. We're going to give a double strike. Swing in for 2. This is the back and forth we wanted to see in this game. With Ozai out in the field doing consistent damage. Trigger. Airbender's reversal. Oh! It's gonna get indestructible immediately to float the mana. Oh, gross. That's game 2. We're going to go to game 3. Oh, oops. Whoops. Bottom ticks. There we go. Harlan H got it. Ugh, Dorian did concede right there. I mean, that was hard to get through with a flying indestructible 7/7. Can't even floating to static ability, almost unreactable there. All right, can we get another 7? Another good 7 up here. Finals coming through. Ooh, Dorian's keeping the 7. Arlen's keeping the 7. And let's see. Dorian starts us off with a mountain, tapping it for a Fire Cadets. Swing on in and pump for 2. 18 damage taken. Land and pass. Harlan's hopefully able to get some more control out here soon. Second Fire Nation Cadets. Cadets pumping for 2 once again. Cadets just coming on in. These soldiers. 3 mana. Messenger Hawk. Need to make a clue. Firebending lesson. Deal it. That's where it's at. There's now a lesson in the graveyard, so we're going to have some firebending happen too. Hit for 4, pumped both of them. This is the aggro. This is what it's all about. The Water Tribe Ralliers out here too, hopefully to dump some mana into. Dump these firebending mana into. Waterbend 5, look at top 4 cards for your library. Reveal a creature with with power 3 or less. Put in your hand. Waterbend at 5, meaning you can also tap creatures and artifacts in order to help pay for the cost. Gross aggro truly coming out on top right now. See, Harlan's going to tap 2. Nope. Just passing. We're just passing with 4 mana floating, or 4 mana available. Swinging on in. Pump them. 4. And exiling one of them, sold out. And we're going to airbending lesson. To airbend it out and protect it. Okay. We're going to get that Fire Nation Cadet back. Ooh, and the Corrupt Court Official. And the Kyoshi Warriors are going to be dipped. Cast out the Firebending Cadets here. Do we have something better in hand? We got time, 30 minutes on the clock here. Just swing on in. We'll block the tribe. Pump hit for 2. Ooh. Ooh, Azula always lies. That's it. The Azula tribal deck. We're going to give something -1 and give a counter to something else. Yep, we're going to get a -1 to the thing and put a counter onto Corrupt Court Official here. Now it's a 2/2. Now we're talking about stats here. 2 mana 2/2. That's a good stat now. Zhong's Deserters. Another creature enters, put a counter on target creature, put it onto itself, and then pay 2 to get back the cadets. Two mana, 2/3. That's also good stats. And about a good blocker against that. Oh, Deadly Precision, sacking the clue. Or to kill off the cadets. Having a fire breathing on a creature is pretty good. Sun Warriors comes on down. Pump. Both the court official and the cadets will trade. And Harlan takes 2 from the Zhong's Deserters. This is pretty much game. If Harlan doesn't get out a creature, deal with the problem. Ooh, or that happens. Epic Downfall. And we pass. Untap. Draw. Get in for 2 more damage. Freedom Fighters. Haste for... that's perfect. Exactly. And the king is down. Dorian wins the finals. That's where it's at. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the draft of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Very fun draft, very synergistic set as we've seen. We didn't see the main archetype that we've been kind of has been seen as the most powerful, which was mono blue, or which was Azorius Flyers. We saw mono blue Flyers, at least a good amount of it. But this is a good showcase of at least that anything can really go. I mean, we saw Grixis, fun stuff, Boros, aggro, which was also a really good, really good show of it. The Golgari also is really fun with the sacking of your lands and bringing them back and getting a whole bunch of value just for free. Beifong, the biggest thing, or the biggest part of that being Beifong, bounty hunters. How fun. We are Natural20, Natural20 Games, and Natural21 Game Lounge. We are located off of Sunset in Las Vegas, Nevada. Feel free to come on by if you are local. Or if you're coming in for MagicCon next year, come on by after you've got your stuff and everything. We'll be open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Very specifically, Sunday will be 100% open. So when it closes up early, come on by. Get yourself some more games in. Play some of the local fun stuff. Come on by to our bar, Natural21. Fun, good food, good atmosphere, good drinks. Come to our Discord as well. We got monthly giveaways going on. A whole bunch of stuff in a box I can see that we're giving away for this month. So join our Discord and you'll see. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one now.